Hi, you're welcome back to Conversations with Kanyomozi, and today we're talking about conditioning. So again, if you've had feminists go, if you've had feminists talk, we continuously bring up the word conditioning. What does that mean? What do we mean when we say but that's a result of conditioning rather than that is how it's supposed to be? So I got a definition of conditioning from a website called Britannica that's actually pretty cool, so shout out to them. Conditioning in physiology is a behavioral process whereby a response becomes more frequent or more predictable in a given environment as a result of reinforcement. Simplify it, break it down. So it's when you're more expectant of something because it's something that you have been exposed to constantly, or something that you expect just like that. So it's something that has become the norm, and that's the response that you constantly expect from it. So conditioning, as I would like to speak about it, is in forms of binary, or on how the patriarchy has displayed it. We spoke about the patriarchy being a binary thinking system where there's man and woman. So there's assigned roles to men and women, and because of continuous practice of these roles, we're conditioned to believe that that's how it is. Let's go back to like the beginning of time when children are born and you find out this is a girl child, this is a boy child. As soon as these children start to walk in our communities, in our homes, oftentimes we will see that girls are given caretaking, motherly, domestic roles to carry out. So they will be the ones who at a family gathering are given a young baby, so take care of this, feed him or her, or told to go to the kitchen, or told to be a good wife from a very young age. I remember when I can't even call her out here, but when they asked me to learn how to cook, they told me, what are you going to cook for your husband? So continuously, that's a condition, because in my head now it's when I grow I must marry, and when I marry I must cook for this person daily. Conditioning. Then there's the boy child who is taught to be athletic. As soon as he can walk, they buy him a ball. Or he's taught to make decisions, because my father calls one of the twins, I have twins in my house, one of the twins the head of the house from time memorial, from when he was like 2, because he was the first boy. So the head of the house, he was the one to make the decisions. When my father would go away, he was the one to protect the home. So not me, the firstborn of the house, because I'm a girl, but because the boy. So decision making. Over time, when you practice certain roles, you get better at them. So it's expected of you. When you have been practicing to be a caretaker, it's not necessarily because you're good at it, but because you've done it over a long time, you're better at it. If you've been taught how to make decisions more frequently and your decisions have been good, over time you're going to be a better leader. So conditioning. So there's that. Conditioning asks for us to constantly question, is this a result of an actual norm, or it's a result of conditioning? Let's take into mind our colonizers when they came and say brought religion, and now we have very many people have an idea of African traditional religion as being witchcraft or bad magic. Now my family that we listen will say now I'm a ritualist. No, I am not. But what I am saying is we had been told and we had been conditioned over time that anything African, any form of religion African is bad, it is wicked, it is witchcraft. And then another form of religion was brought to us, and it was good and it's almighty, and we don't question it with nothing bad. As it has been said that women were created from the rib, okay, that is how it is. It has been said that women, this is the role women are supposed to play. That's it. No more questioning around that. Tradition wise, women are the ones supposed to kneel, women are the ones supposed to respect their husbands. Oh my god, I just watched a very hilarious video about a late president saying women are the ones supposed to discipline one of their own who decided to be a radical woman. So oftentimes conditioning doesn't ask you to question. So in my politics and government class, one of the things we studied about was theories and ideologies, and one of the conclusions was the best theories and ideologies are not the ones that you can tell, like, oh, this is this is an aspect of Marxism, or this is an aspect of feminism, or this is that. They're the ones that we continuously take as gospel truth, the ones that we don't question because it is what it is. And another aspect of conditioning is that it doesn't allow for us to question, for me to be able to sit and be like, but why? But why? So my question here is, what are the different ways you've been conditioned to act the way you do? What are different ways in which you embody? And you say, but this is who I am. You understand? But that's how men should be. But that's how women are. But that's what we're supposed to be like. Why do you think like that? Can you base back to the root and be like, no, this is because of me continuously doing like this. So one of the ways we've been conditioned as women is you have to be a mother. Being a mother is great. I want to be a mother. But there are women who don't necessarily want to be a mother, and that doesn't take away from their womanhood. But we're always questioning women who refuse to be mothers, and we call them selfish. We say, why would they make that decision? We say, we just constantly question, like, but she's married, why is she getting children? Or you've had the conversations around that. So my question is, why is it selfish for a woman not to want to be a mother? You understand? Because we've been conditioned to think that that's the only route that we should follow. So think of the ways that you think that you judge people based on the conditioning that you were brought up in your environment, in your personal upbringing. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. This is Conversations with Kanye Mosley.